The first Pirates movie was a huge success, so of course Disney went ahead with not one, but 2 sequels shot back to back. Dead Man's Chest was released in 2006, becoming one of the first films to receive $1 billion globally. After a decade of release, does this sequel hold up to the original as a surprise to the eyes? This time around, Lord Beckett is attempting to take over the seas, using Elizabeth and Will Turner as tools to retrieve the magical compass from Jack Sparrow in order to find the heart of Davy Jones, which is locked away in a chest. It's a brilliant MacGuffin, and the rules seem pretty basic. The only problem is that it takes nearly 30 minutes for things to get going. A lot of the first act is setting up characters to be in positions that will be needed to satisfy the ending. While I like the climax, it is annoying that the first half of the movie seems to drag on forever. Even when the Black Pearl crew shows up on the island of cannibals, it seems like a massive detour. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun, but you do begin to question why we're here. I mean, does this movie really need to be as long as it is? When things do start to get going, we get a lot of cool mythology of the Pirates universe. You understand how Davy Jones is cursed and what will happen if you stab his heart. It can create a lot of plot holes, but if you like the banter, humor, and action of the first film, then you'll accept the insanity. It all leads to a great climax, which has Jack Sparrow facing off against the legendary Kraken. It's an epic scene, with Jack once again evolving from his usual morals. It goes Empire Strikes Back on us with a cliffhanger ending. The characters from the first film are all back, the Black Pearl crew are great again, and Johnny Depp is having a lot of fun as Jack Sparrow. Like the original, he is still utilized to the movie's advantage, and we see a natural progression of his persona. Will is back and finds his father on the Flying Dutchman. It's a bit rushed, but I guess I can't see it working in any other capacity. It got the job done, and Will is slowly going from an innocent young man to a smart pirate. Elizabeth is with Jack for most of the movie, but most of her motivations seem weird. I think I kinda see what they were trying to do with this relationship, but it just doesn't add up, especially towards the end when she totally crosses Jack. In fact, it kind of ruins his final stand against the Kraken because it wasn't his choice to do it. It'd been a lot better for a character building moment had he elected to stay in order to save this crew. But no, it was all Elizabeth's doing. It's really stupid. Bill Nighy as Davy Jones is perfection. He's one of the best villains of the last decade. He's so scary and remorseless. He kills how he pleases, makes twisted deals, and is straight up harsh. Beneath the surface, you see a damaged man beyond repair. We also get another villain in the form of Beckett, who's just pure evil. He's so hungry for power, you can see the devil in his eyes, but he's also so quiet and calculating. It's really unnerving. His real shining moment comes in the sequel though, so we'll get to that. The effects, when compared to the first one, are beyond their time. These are right up there with Jurassic Park and Terminator 2. Davy Jones' face is still unbelievable. Every time I see it, I notice a new expression that gives the animators a round of applause. This is CGI at its best. The rest of the Flying Dutchman crew is fine, but most of the designs were getting basic, save for one or two of the creatures. I suppose it can be kind of tough to animate nearly 30 different characters, so I guess I gotta pass. The Kraken looks amazing. Every time I see those tentacles rise, I get chills in my bones. Also, really quick, I like the design of the chest. I had to mention that, it just looks cool. The music is even better than the first. Hans Zimmer takes the original theme and twists it on its head with new additions and epicness. Listening to this soundtrack while driving the car can cause a really exciting experience. I like that they decided to make this movie more epic and larger than the first, but it can feel like a lot of footnotes for what's to come. I guess that's the cost of a cliffhanger and doing these back to back. Even though I like some of the scenarios, they do begin to drag on a bit. Like, why do we have to begin with a scene of Jack Sparrow escaping prison to find information about a key? Better yet, why is he so worried about getting the chest before he was marked for death? I guess it could be explained, but I just thought it was a contrived way to introduce the MacGuffin. Why did Norrington have to come back also? Just so he could give the heart to Beckett to lead into the sequel? I can think of 5 other ways that this could have been done better. The movie's real asset is the humor and action, which continues the brilliant work that was done in the first one, but the plot is kind of at times boring. With no great wraparound or sincere moments, it's tough to think that this movie is anything more than popcorn entertainment. There's a little bit more than the bare minimum, but with all that talk of mythology, fantasy, and epicness, I was just hoping for a little bit more. It seems like they were saving it for the third one, and we'll get to that greatness tomorrow.
Why is the rum always gone?